Sean Diddy Combs, once a symbol of luxury and success, now finds himself behind bars at the Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, in Brooklyn. The stark contrast between his former life of extravagance and his current reality in federal custody has captivated public attention. Reports indicate that he may be seeking a transfer to Essex County Jail in New Jersey, but due to his status as a Marshals inmate, his movement remains heavily restricted. His days of super yachts, private jets, and lavish parties have been replaced by the confines of a cramped 6 by 8 foot cell. The MDC, notorious for its harsh conditions, has a reputation for being one of the most difficult federal detention centers in the country. Former inmates describe an environment rife with violence, contraband, and corruption. The facility, designed primarily to house individuals awaiting trial or sentencing, holds a mix of high-profile prisoners, gang members, and white-collar criminals. Over the years, numerous reports have surfaced detailing inadequate medical care, frequent power outages, and inhumane treatment by staff. Unlike state prisons, federal detention centers such as the MDC operate under strict guidelines, limiting privileges and movement for inmates. While Combs may have enjoyed a life of influence and power on the outside, behind these walls, he is subject to the same restrictions as any other detainee. Reports indicate that MDC is plagued by smuggling operations, with drugs and weapons frequently making their way into the facility. This reality adds an extra layer of danger for inmates, forcing them to navigate a volatile environment where alliances and conflicts can arise unexpectedly. Combs' rumored request to be transferred to Essex County Jail stems from the perception that it offers relatively better conditions. Some federal inmates have managed to secure transfers to county jails where they may receive slightly improved accommodations. However, given his high-profile status and the ongoing legal matters surrounding him, any transfer request would face intense scrutiny. The decision ultimately rests with federal authorities, who determine placement based on security risks and legal considerations. The transition from a life of wealth and influence to incarceration is jarring for anyone, but especially for someone like Combs, who built an empire on his brand and public persona. Known for his success in the music industry, his business ventures, and his larger-than-life presence, he now faces a reality where all personal freedoms are stripped away. The psychological toll of such a shift cannot be underestimated. Inmates in federal detention often struggle with the adjustment, particularly if they are accustomed to a life of control and privilege. As his case unfolds, Combs will have to adapt to the rigid structure of federal detention life. From strict meal schedules to limited recreation time, every aspect of his daily routine is now dictated by institutional regulations. Unlike in movies where celebrity inmates receive special treatment, real-life incarceration offers few comforts, especially in a facility like the MDC. For now, all eyes remain on Combs' legal situation and whether any developments will lead to a change in his confinement status. If he remains at MDC, he will continue to experience the harsh realities that many inmates face daily. If granted a transfer, he may find some relief, but incarceration in any form is a far cry from the life he once knew. The public fascination with his downfall serves as a stark reminder that no amount of fame or fortune can shield one from the consequences of the legal system. As the situation continues to evolve, Combs' next steps remain uncertain. Will he adjust to his new reality, or will his legal team find a way to improve his circumstances? Either way, his time in federal custody marks a dramatic and unexpected chapter in his storied career. Combs' lavish lifestyle was once the epitome of success. Just 20 months ago, he was celebrating New Year's Eve aboard a $117 million, 278-foot superyacht in the Caribbean, surrounded by celebrities and luxury. He enjoyed amenities such as a helipad, baby grand piano, jacuzzi, and wine cellar. In a video tour of his yacht, he emphasized the inspiration behind his success, declaring, "It can be done. It will be done." Fast forward to today, and he now faces a grim reality inside MDC Brooklyn. His estimated net worth of $800 million has dwindled to around $400 million due to mounting legal fees and civil lawsuits. His financial troubles have forced him to sell assets, including his $60 million private jet and his Beverly Hills mansion, which was raided in March and listed for $61 million. Diddy's new environment is a far cry from his previous life. Inmates at MDC face harsh conditions, including limited shower access, rigid schedules, and the ever-present threat of violence. His day begins at 6 a.m., confined to a small, colorless cell with minimal amenities, a bunk bed, a desk, a sink, and a toilet. Meals consist of burnt or undercooked food, with former inmates reporting a 1 in 3 chance of receiving edible fish or chicken. The facility itself is overcrowded and dilapidated, with mystery liquids dripping from the walls, unbearable heat in the summer, and freezing temperatures in the winter. Federal judges have even reduced sentences due to the inhumane conditions at MDC. His legal troubles stem from accusations of sex trafficking, racketeering, and other serious charges, which he denies. His attorney, Mark Agnifilo, has expressed concerns for Combs' safety, acknowledging that he is under strict surveillance, separated from other inmates, and placed on suicide watch. Stripped of his designer clothes and personal belongings, Combs now wears a standard-issue prison uniform and is subjected to regular strip searches. His legal team is pushing for a quick trial, but with the government's extensive evidence collection, it may take years before his case is resolved. The lawsuits against Combs are extensive, with over 120 individuals coming forward with allegations of abuse. His ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, accused him of controlling her life, frequently abusing her, and forcing her into disturbing encounters. She filed a lawsuit in New York under the Adult Survivors Act, detailing years of suffering. The release of a 2016 security video showing Combs assaulting her has only intensified public scrutiny. Combs' fall from grace is stark. The once celebrated mogul, accustomed to 5-star service and personal chefs, now survives on prison rations and endures 23-hour lockdowns. His daily existence consists of making his bed, cleaning his tiny cell, and following strict prison rules. Family and legal visits are rare moments of human connection, but mostly, he faces solitude. Former inmates say the isolation, lack of control, and psychological pressure are the real punishments. The stark contrast between his former luxury and his current imprisonment paints a powerful picture of a man whose empire has crumbled. While his legal team fights to secure his freedom, the reality remains: his days of extravagant parties, private jets, and luxurious estates are over. Every moment in MDC is a reminder of his dramatic fall from power, a descent from wealth and influence to confinement and despair.